Okay, now we're starting to get into some supervisory type things. We're going to talk about in this video about events, assignments, and the duty log. So first of all, an event is anything that's going to happen during the day at the station that affects the shift and maybe some sort of assignment that they need to do. So if you go over the time off button and go down to the time off event calendar, and let's go to today's date, the 14th of December. We're going to select that day, and we're going to choose an event type. If you're going to do vacation, that's when you would click time off, but we're going to select other event. Okay, let's say Chief Walker has assigned B shift to do one or more tours during the day. He's going to come in under this event name, and he's going to call this a preschool tour. And then he's going to put in the time that it starts and ends. Let's say this one starts at 10 a.m. and goes to Monday at 11 a.m. Okay. On the right-hand side, this is not a repeating event. We don't need to give this a special color right now. And then Chief Walker is going to put in some special notes, like there's going to be 35 preschoolers and they want to try on fire helmets. Okay, once he's done with that, he'll hit save, and it shows up in our event calendar. There's another place that this shows up. If we go back to the crew scheduler and just look at the monthly calendar view, we can see on the 14th that we have an event. Over on the right-hand side, it tells us that we have an event for the day from 10 to 11. 35 preschoolers are coming to see us. Okay, so that's events. Once again, those are things that we don't need to schedule people for. If we have some sort of assignment that needs to be scheduled out, let's show you how to do that. We're going to scroll up to the top again, and we're going to go to our crew scheduler and just look at the monthly calendar view. We're going to select the day that we're going to put this assignment on, so we're going to pick the 14th as well. Once we selected the day that we're going to add the assignment, we're going to go over to we now want to click on the Edit Assignments button. All right, we want to select the green Add Assignment button. Now, like I said, an assignment is something where we need to schedule people to come in and help us do something. So we're going to pick the assignment name. Let's say that we're going to do a critical care transport. That critical care transport is going to be tomorrow, starting at 10 a.m. And we anticipate that by the time they get back from Salt Lake City, it'll probably be 10 p.m. We need to have 2 critical care paramedics, so we're going to select 2 positions, and we're going to select transport as our assignment group. Okay, this is not a repeating assignment, so we don't need to select that. We need to make sure that the is this a work shift is selected. The reason we select that is if it's not, any hours that other people work on this will be added to their total tally for the callback list, and we don't want to do that. We can choose to let people self-schedule. If we click this box, the notification will go out to everyone, and they can assign themselves. That's okay. We can also add in a different level if we want to select self-scheduling requires an admin approval. What that will be is everyone can sign up, but then the administrator will be able to select from that pool that said they were able, and then assign out the transport. Okay, so we're going to choose an admin. We're going to go ahead and just choose me as the administrator for this, because I'm going to be the one who is assigning out the transport. And then we're going to click Save. All right, let's make sure that this assignment made it to the crew scheduler. So let's go to the crew scheduler button up at the top. Go to the monthly calendar view. And then we scheduled it for tomorrow, December 15th. So click on that date. And we can see on the left-hand side that we have a critical care transport with 2 open slots available. All right, the last thing we want to talk about is duty logs. So let's go back to our crew scheduler and monthly calendar view. And we're going to select Monday, December 14th. You'll notice that right under the red banner that says Monday 12/14, there's a notes section and an activities section. These are going to be pre-formatted for the shift supervisors for the next several months. You can adjust these sections by clicking over on the right-hand side and what looks like lined note paper. Let's just explain what the notes section is and the activity sections. The notes section is going to take place of the pass down log. Chief notes are going to be for the chief officers to tell the shift any jobs or duties or tasks that they'd like them to perform that day. For example, it could be taking ambulance 2 to the city shops for an oil leak. Or it could be to take down the snow tires from Bay 9 and deliver them to Clarendee so that they can put them on the chief's vehicles. Maintenance might be issues that we need to take care of as a shift, such as changing an air filter or replacing a light bulb, or just making someone aware that a certain vehicle is out of service. The miscellaneous section is just for any other notes that the shift supervisor thinks needs to be transferred down to the next shift. That could be something like the new Weber grill is being installed. Congratulations. Okay, let's talk about what an activity is. An activity is the duty log portion that we're used to as shift supervisors. Although this one has a much simpler format. Basically, if you have gone to the assignment list for the day and you've done your things like checking trucks, checking ambulances, checking the generators, and all those other things, you don't need to actually put in anything there unless there's some sort of an assignment that you did miss that day. Were any strikes issued for that day? If no strikes were issued to paid call for their first or second out ambulance shifts, you can leave that blank. Lastly, you can just put in a note of all the jobs that were completed during that day. And that can be anything from SCBAs to inventory ordering to making videos for callback staffing. Once that's done, you can go ahead and hit Save Notes, and you'll see that those things are updated. Once your shift is completed, this whole screen constitutes your duty log that Amber will use to pay people off of. The chiefs will look to see what kind of activities took place during that day. You can look and see what the duty log is going to look like by clicking on the Print PDF button. And this is what your duty log looks like for the day. You can see who worked and when. You can see who your EMS crew was, first and second out. You can see who your duty chief was, what kind of activities you had during the day, and then any other notes or activities that you want to put on there as well. This should make your job as a supervisor much, much easier and less time consuming.